Hi, my name is Jimmy Williams with NFL Draft Diamonds. And here with me today, I have another diamond in the rough for you guys to meet. His name is Noah Atagi. He is an offensive lineman out of Weber State. Nice to meet you, sir.
Hey, how are you? Good to meet you.
Uh, Doing well today so far. We're a couple weeks into this regular season. Weber State's doing pretty good so far. And you yourself, man, you've had a phenomenal career, really dominating the Big Sky as one of the top offensive linemen there. Um, all conference several times over, all American, all that stuff. But before we get talking about all that success and you as a player, give us some background. Tell me a little bit about yourself and where you're from, and we'll go from there.
So I am the youngest of three boys in my family. My dad, he's actually from a city called Haleiwa, Hawaii, Haleiwa on Oahu, Hawaii. And then my mom, she's actually from Ogden, Utah, right next to Weber State. So my dad actually played here in the 90s with Jamie Martin at Weber State. And then he met my mom and they stayed in Ogden ever since. So I was born and raised in Ogden, born or raised going to, Weber State games and enjoying that time at Weber State basketball games, grew up watching Damian Lillard and those guys. So been in Ogden my whole life. Let's see. So I'd have two older brothers. One actually plays with me at Weber State right now. How it worked out when we both served our LDS missions. He came home at a certain time, and I came home at a certain time to where it kind of timed out our NCAA playing clocks to be at the same year. So that's been pretty cool. I got my undergrad because I am a 6-year COVID senior with my extra year. I got my undergrad in business admin, and now I'm in the MBA program. I'll finish that up with this senior season in December as well.
Nice. So, just kind of a recap there. I mean, again, uh, Polynesian kid, got some Samoan heritage to you there, from your dad's side, but grew up obviously in Utah, South Ogden, Utah, going there. And I was looking up some of your stuff back in high school. You're very active in high school as a player and as an athlete overall. Um, got a bit of a basketball background, track and field background. What do you remember most about your high school days?
What I remember most about my high school days is that it was kind of nonstop. My dad had a rule that I had to play a sport in every season. So it's actually pretty funny. I actually played tennis for all 3 years of high school as well. Just because I had a few buddies that were on the tennis team that were really good. And they got me into it. So they just put me at the net in doubles and I was pretty good. And then,
Interesting.
but most of all, I love playing basketball. Basketball was actually probably one of my favorite sports in high school, just because I feel like you can kind of control the game a lot more when there's only 5 people on the court for your team. But overall, I was best at football.
Interesting. Track and field athlete, decent in there too. 50-foot, 4-inch shot put is what I was able to find on you. So I mean, some success in a lot of other sports, but obviously you chose to pursue this game of football. So I mean, I gotta ask you, what do you love so much about this game?
What I love about football, I think it's the typical answer for everybody, but football is everything for me. I've been playing it my whole life. My dad, you grow up, you hear about your dad, stories about how he played football and everything like that. And then, when you're the youngest of three boys, you watch your oldest brothers go into football and you're like, dang, like I'm tired of playing soccer. I want I want to go play football like my older brothers and everything like that. So football has just always been a part of my family. It's always been something that I've done, and it's something that I've always known to do. So I just keep going after it.
Yeah, again, bit of a family thing for you guys. And again, like you said, I mean, grew up in the shadows of Weber State, with your dad being an alum there as well. So was it always going to be Weber State? I mean, how'd that recruiting go for you overall?
So actually, my dream was always to go to BYU. That was kind of always a big goal for me, and I was actually
Sure.
getting recruited. I was getting recruited heavily for them, but during my recruiting process, that's the whole change up in the coaching system when Kalani Satagi took over. Bronco Mendenhall left, and so I was left with just kind of preferred walk on. And at the end of the day, I wanted to save my parents some money, and I wanted to, actually put money in my pocket by staying at home. So I chose Weber State, and that's when Weber State was doing awesome things. And especially when you have coaches like Coach Brent Myers and Coach Jay Hill at that time, it's something I couldn't pass up. So I'm really happy with my decision to go to Weber State.
Well, I mean, it's obviously gone well for you. I mean, again, I had already mentioned you've been all conference several times over, all American, and really one of these guys who, one of the better offensive linemen in the Big Sky over the past several seasons. So, cool. Let's see here. Talk just a little bit about I don't know, your experience. I mean, obviously you're an offensive lineman, but just kind of overall, what is your experience as an offensive lineman? Like, where do you play? How do you describe yourself? What's your experience overall on that line?
So I've actually only played one position here at Weber State. Well, actually, that's a lie. So my redshirt year in 2018, that's when they changed the rule where you could play in a few games. And my actually first time ever playing for Weber State in a game was at the tight end position. I was just a heavy package, came in, wore a different number, wore number 93, and just got a few plays doing that. And then after that, from 2019 on, I've been left tackle at that position. I've taken pride at being that position for so long and being able to dominate in that position. I guess as experience wise, I have a ton of experience. I've played in some big time games, big time playoff games, played against big time FES opponents and everything like that. And I think I've done really well to kind of showcase my talents and just show that I know what I'm doing, and my experience goes a long way for me. And yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, very experienced. I don't even know how many starts you have, man. Like, I know it's over like 40, upwards to 50. I mean, it's insane. I mean, a guy who, very, very experienced. I was going back a little ways in your history, found out that you played a little bit of center when you were, in high school. So, how do you see yourself projecting maybe to the next level? I mean, do you see yourself, as a tackle, as a guard, as a center, as a tight end? How do you see yourself projecting?
Well, definitely not a tight end now. That's for sure. But I as when it goes as projections for myself, like I'll play wherever I'm needed. I can play center. I snap every day at practice. I've snapped, like you said, back in high school. I was center the whole time and everything like that. So I can play guard. I can play tackle. Whatever they need me to be, I'll be it.
So do you feel like these things, what do you feel separates you from like the rest of the prospects out there? I mean, is it that experience? Is it is it the versatility? What is it for you? What do you feel separates you from the pack?
I think it's exactly that. My versatility goes a long way. When I'm needed to, my coach has put me at right guard before in the game when guys go down, and I play right guard for the rest of the game. I've actually never had to play center. I have taken, I think, one or two snaps in a game at Weber State, but I still have that experience where if I'm needed to, I'll go play center. And then also just my experience, I think my knowledge of the game is what sets me apart. I know a lot of schemes of defensive guys and what the tendencies are, and I'll be able to adjust my game accordingly. I mean, for example, you and I changed our entire defensive front against us last week, and we were able to adjust the right way, and I was able to adjust the guys that I didn't expect to go against. But that's just what experience helps you out with. You're ready for whatever gets thrown at you, and I feel like that's going to go a long way for me.
Cool. Over the summer, I actually asked one of our Hula Bowl scouts to do a report on you because we're obviously trying our best to leave no stone unturned. Trying to find guys, these diamonds in the rough, and some of the things he had to say about you were really good. A very good run blocker, above average play strength, able to get in space and get to the next level as a blocker, recovers well, good mental toughness. Does this sound about right? I mean, is there anything else that you would add to that?
Um, let's see. Sorry, I'm trying to remember what he said, but at the end of the day, yeah, like I agree with all of that, and yeah, I guess I just know how to dominate, and I know how to do the things right, so my offense can be successful.
Great. I was just kind of thinking, I mean, again, you've been at Weber State for quite some time. I mean, what do you feel has changed the most from you coming in as a freshman up until now? What's like the biggest difference?
As a freshman to now, I would say, just like you said, my mental toughness and my strength, physically, I think I've been able to build myself up to where I am, a big prospect for the next level. I do believe that I have the NFL size, I have the NFL speed, and everything like that, to where I can do what I need to be doing the right way to put myself in the right positions. But most of all, I think my knowledge of the game has just increased dramatically from when I came in. Um, and I have to give thanks to my coach, my offensive lineman coach, Coach Brett Myers. I've been with him all 6 years. He's taught me so much about the game, and his experience is twice my lifetime coaching. So it's been great to pick his brain for a lot of things, and he's had experience sending guys to the NFL, especially O linemen, and so telling me out a ton of just knowing what I need to be doing in every situation.
Great. Again, just want to talk a little bit more about Weber State. I mean, you had a very solid year last year, went 10-3, had a very excellent year, got yourselves to the playoffs. And this year you guys have started out very good. I mean, you talked about that UNI game. You're undefeated right now. You're 2-0, but you're coming up against probably your toughest opponent this upcoming weekend in Utah Utes, man. I mean, how are you going to be able to go out there, deliver, earn some respect, and not just that, man, but carry this momentum throughout the rest of the season and maybe hoist a championship? How's that going to work?
For the season, especially for this week, I think we always have a different mentality. We know what to expect. We know who we're going against. We're going against a great defensive front, great defensive secondary, and everything like that. And then also, you got to respect Utah. They're a top 10 team nationally, and they've proven themselves time and time again that they are one of the best teams in the country. And so, as a team for Weaver State, you can't do anything but love the opportunity. Love the opportunity to go out and showcase who we are and showcase what we do as a team, and I think that's what we're going to do this weekend. I won't get too deep into scheme and everything like that, but I think we're ready for them. We're going to give our best shot at them, and all you can ask for is just to continue to compete every play.
I mean, definitely a game that I feel people need to tune into so that see how these guys match up against the best talent. So today, when you think about your career overall, I mean, what are your best moments? Like, do you have any games or memories that you could share?
I mean, like you said, that's a lot of games to go through. I could name a number of games, but I think one game that I showcased a lot of good in is my Utah State game last year, when we beat them 35-7. That was just one of the best moments that we've ever felt. There's always that media stuff where they're saying stuff where it's like, this is Weber State Super Bowl, whatever, and saying that it's an easy dub, whatever, and going in there and having their home crowd boo their own team, it's something special. And then just knowing that we dominated the game in the run game against the FBS opponent, that's something I take pride in as an offensive lineman, and I take pride in with my O line, all my brother and my other brothers on the line with me. So that was something special for sure.
Great. How is it playing with your brother on the offensive line? I mean, you guys communicate well with each other. You have some competition. Like, how does that work?
So that's probably one of my favorite things about college football. So he was actually at BYU for his first 2 years of college, and then I convinced him to transfer up here to Weber State. I told him, like, forget BYU, come play with me, and let's do it. Let's start together. And so he actually started here at right tackle. His name's Ethan. So Ethan started at right tackle, and then he's also a very versatile player. So he's moved around a lot. Last year he was our center, and then this year he's now playing left guard right next to me. So that's something that that's just something super special for the both of us, and especially our family. It's just something that you don't see quite often. Two brothers playing next to each other every snap, every play, every game. And I think one thing that him and I take pride in is our double teams are going to be the best double teams in the country. We communicate very well, and we can adjust very well to what we need to be doing. But at the end of the day, we have a blast together, and that's what it's all about.
Awesome. I mean, obviously, very special being able to go out there and play with your brother. So left side is the Atagi side. Don't go to the
Left side, best side.
yeah, yeah, that's your best side. So love it. Hey, I do want to kind of shift gears a little bit and meet this guy a little bit outside of football, meet the guy under the helmet. So is there anything about you that you want people to know, whether it be your hobbies, interests, passions? Give us a little something to share with the fans out there.
So first and foremost, so I am married. I've been married for the past 3 years. I love my wife. I love spending time with her. And one expensive hobby that we've taken on is traveling. We love to travel, and we want to see the world together, and that's been really fun. We've actually this past May we were able to make a trip out to Greece in Santorini and
Ooh.
Athens, and so that's probably one of the coolest experiences that I've experienced out of football. Just an amazing international place to visit, and something that's very well known to people. So that's one thing that I do love to share about myself. And then also just me personally, I mean, I love to compete in anything I'm doing. So
Sure.
I love golfing. Golfing's something that I've always been doing. My grandpa kind of got me into it when I was young. I could never golf on a team because it was always during football season. So um, it was always just kind of outside, and it's kind of the sport that I get to go in and say, I'm not that good at. So I'm okay with being a bogey golfer.
Hey, that's fine. You had mentioned a little bit about really loving to travel. Um, of the places that maybe you haven't been, what's that one place that you want to eventually get to? What's on that bucket list?
One place that I really want to get to is Bali. Bali, Indonesia. That's something that's I've always found really beautiful in the jungle or on the beach. It's just something that's just a very place that attracts me. So
Cool. So a couple other questions I kind of want to ask you before we end up wrapping things up. So I know you went on a LDS mission, but prior to your time there at Weber State. Talk to me about that, man. Where'd you go? What'd you do?
So I served my LDS mission in the mission in Chile, Antofagasta. That's the most northern part of Chile. It's in the Atacama Desert. That's the driest desert on earth. So not a pretty place, but the people were amazing. It's something that my parents laughed at me a lot because I think I came home and I sat on the grass for probably 20 minutes because I hadn't seen grass in 2 years. Um, but yeah, so my time and my mission was just something I'll always be grateful for. Taught me a lot of how to just be a good human being, just how to serve others and how to enjoy and appreciate what I believe in, believing in my Savior Jesus Christ, and representing Him for it, what I believe is to be His church, and doing what I would feel like He would want me to be doing, and helping other people to improve their lives.
Awesome. I appreciate you sharing that. A lot of people don't understand. I mean, obviously, you set aside a couple years, sometimes more, doing that, which is obviously very special to you, and really helps. I don't know, it helps to define you, your character, helps you grow as a person, as a man. And with that and your football experiences, I mean, we get a very seasoned, tough man who's willing to put it all on the line, go out there and play for the fans, play for his family, and really go out there and try and win some games there for Weber State. And I know right now, you're in a position where you're trying to impress some scouts. You're trying to go out there, get yourself to the NFL. And so as we wrap up our time, I want you to talk to them directly right now. Tell them why you'd make a great addition to their team, why they should take a chance on you, and all that. So hit them with your pitch.
For me, I'm the guy that does the right thing on and off the field. I come with a lot of maturity, a lot of experience, and I know what I'm doing. I know how to play against a fast guy, a strong guy, speed the bull rush, whatever it is. I know what I'm doing, and I know how to dominate. I know how to win games, and I know how to win at my position. And if it isn't at left tackle, then I'll figure out how to win at left guard, center, right tackle, whatever you need me to be. I'll be that guy, and I'm going to get out there and I'm going to win games for you. I'm going to help the offense be productive, whether it's in the pass game or rush game, and I'm going to get out to the next level, open up, and get the first down. So
Great. Well, certainly a leader, team captain there for Weber State, and really looking forward to watching you guys more this season. Certainly this upcoming weekend and beyond. So I do want to wish you all the best. All right.
thank you. I appreciate it.
No problem. Again, Noah Atangi, offensive lineman, Weber State. Check this guy out this season.